Hi, this is Lauren Cheek from Loricopia. And my cat is invading the video as she always does. Safari. But anyway, I got a reproduction of the Snettisham Torc. This thing weighs like a massive 2 pounds. My neck is 18.5 inches. And my shoulders are about a 48 to a 50, depending on how much weight I have. So to give you an idea how big that is on my neck, I've seen it on 2 other people and I was like, it just looked overwhelming to them. But anyway, this is a reproduction that I got from the Night Shop in Conway, Wales. And it was made by, I'm trying to think of the name of the company. It's a company that makes all of them that I've ever seen online. I've been wanting this for years. And it's made in India, I think. But I'll have to look that up and put it in the comments. Anyway, look at this thing. Let's give you a close-up. It has the terminals that were done in the Latin style. And then it's individual wires that are braided together and turned and turned and turned and turned and turned. And then capped by these terminals. And this is actually the Torc replica of the one found in the Snettisham hoard, which was found in Norfolk, England, where the Iceni tribe, or the Iceni, if you want to pronounce the C as a K, like in Celt and Celt, were. And this is the tribe that Boudica and Prosategas belonged to. And if you know the story about the Iceni, the Romans came in and invaded, and Prosategas became kind of a client king or an ally king with the Iceni. And then when he died, he left in his will 50% of his property to his 2 daughters and 50% of his property to the Emperor Nero. And the Romans came in and basically started stripping people of all their money, property, and trying to subjugate them. They took Boudica and apparently they thrashed her, and they raped her 2 daughters in a Roman humiliation to try to attempt to break their spirit and subjugate them. Well, Boudica, in response to that, basically burned down Londinium, burned down what is modern day Colchester, which was a Roman. She burned down several spots and murdered and killed about 80 to 100,000 Romans in her country in retaliation for what they had done to her and her daughters. And she also allied herself with the Triavantes, which was another neighboring Celtic tribe. And anyway, she was a brilliant military leader, considered to be tall, red-headed, fierce-eyed, probably blue-eyed, because I don't think in that time they really had a good word for blue eyes. They encountered them, they called people with blue-eyed or green eyes as fierce, because they just looked penetratingly dangerous. And she was. So she wasn't taking crap from anybody. Anyway, so the story goes that in 2 different Roman historians, actually 3, she died after a battle where her army was cut off by the Romans, who they greatly outnumbered. And later, in one tell, they say that she committed suicide and died of her wounds, but she drank poison. And another earlier document, about 20 years earlier than that, but almost 100 years after this revolt, the other historian said that she died of illness. And she was buried in a very incredible style. And maybe one day we'll actually find her burial site. Wouldn't that be lovely? And they don't really know where the site of the final Roman domination in the last battle happened. But apparently what happened was they got him, Romans did the typical Roman thing, they got him into an area where they were with their back against a wall and defending a kind of funnel type structure where Rome came from behind and from the front, and then circled them in their wagons. And the reason why Boudica's army lost was their wagons were not maneuverable enough to be able to defend themselves against the Romans in those quarters. Anyway, so here it is, the Snettisham Torc, a reproduction of a 2,000-year-old Torc that was handmade, that has terminals in the Latin style and then gold working. This is a bronze replica that is plated in gold. Beautiful. It weighs 2 pounds. And if you ever wondered what the crown felt like on your head, I put it up on top of my head and it's 2 pounds. And the 2 state crowns and the I think it's the Imperial State Crown of England, weighs about 4. And I was like, oh, I see why the Queen says your head would snap off, because if you didn't have a really strong neck and you bent forward with that on your head, it'd be like, whoa, whoa. And I actually feel it tugging a little bit when I'm wearing it, but it's an incredible piece. I'm glad to have it. There you have it.